The Dungeon Guardian is feared by most Terrarians, so how about we test if we can kill it early in the game, but on For the Worthy, because suffering is part of my nature. So let's look up the Dungeon Guardian. 30,000 health, my ass. Let's look up some mounts. Maybe they can help us out. The bunny mount runs at 40 miles per hour. Hermes boots are gonna be an essential, just in case you kinda need to run. It said the Dungeon Guardian moves at 41, with the power of swiftness potions. Maybe we can get closer? Let's see how much swiftness potions give you. 25% speed increase. Alright, it's big brain time. So, you get 30, and then you have to find 25% of 30. Then add that to 30 itself to get 37.5. Then, sunflowers exist. You need to see how much they give you. %10 increase. So, we go back to the calculator, and we find 10% of 37.5. Then, we add that 10% to 37.5 to get 41.25. Hold on! I just remembered Hoik exists! And what's this? Hoik is no longer considered an unintended benefit feature? Alright, so the man, the myth, the legend, Uramir, has already done the Hoik method years ago, but hoiking has not really changed, so I'm not going to demonstrate it in this video, because I'm focusing on new, simple, early game methods, but this little clip from Uramir shows how to make a Hoik loop. If you guys are interested in doing that, you can just look at this little clip here. Credit to Uramir. Maybe he'll return one day. %5 increase. Hold on, the sunflower doesn't stack with the other stuff? Somehow I doubt that. I'm just gonna keep it in my calculation. Alright, so 5% of 41.25. But I added the 41.25 to get 43.3125. No. Wait. Alright, so I got this world set up for the video. Gotta take off my anything that gives me extra speed with my endgame swag and put on the lower class stuff. So I gotta make this a little bit longer, more room to run, more accurate results. Can't forget the egglet. 5% increase in speed is 5% increase in speed. Based on first observations, it does not look like I can outrun the Dungeon Guardian. Let's try out the Shield of Cthulhu. Yeah, it's not gonna work. He's still gonna catch up to you. Method 2 has been debunked. Method 3 involves minecart rails. Now, people may not think minecart rails are a good thing for the Dungeon Guardian, because they may be like, oh, the default minecart is too slow. No, it's not. I tested it myself. It's faster than a Dungeon Guardian. The problem is the acceleration. That could be this method's downfall, but nonetheless, we're gonna try it. We got our spawn point underneath our rail here. And recall potions are necessary for this, by the way, because they are faster than the magic mirror. So unless you have some godlike timing, you're gonna need some recall potions. Turning off God mode, get my heart rate pumping. I was too fast for him. No, Spike! No! No! Method 3 has been debunked. If you started the minecart rail on a slope, it could probably build enough speed to get away, but the problem I've tested with this method is the minecart builds up so much speed, the Dungeon Guardian can't keep up, which will probably end up making it despawn, especially since early game weapons can't really have the range to keep damaging it. Method 4 involves mounts. The zoologist sells some mounts, specifically those horse mounts, that may be good. I've never used them myself, but that's going to change today, so let's see how good they are. There's 3 different horse types, and they run at 46 miles per hour. That's pretty good. Let's use the royal horse. Oh yes, so majestic, so beautiful, so strong. Alright, let's see how fast they really are. That's pretty good. It's pretty much just the unicorn mount. The ultimate test. Here we go. It's off-screening the Dungeon Guardian. Slower than the minecart though, but its acceleration is faster than the minecart, so you can slow down a little bit, keep it on screen, and then continue running again and be able to stay away from it, which is the ultimate goal here. What I'm curious to see is, does it reach max acceleration when you dash? It does! Bro, I need to use these mounts more. After some brain stimulation and building time, I have come up with a viable method with these horses that I think works pretty good. So here we go, let's test it out. As you can see, it's kind of like just a circular loop. For this method, since you're so far ahead of the Dungeon Guardians with this horse mount, you can kind of get away with using a magic mirror, and that'll save a lot of materials. But you're going to need to make a spawn point and then a long platform. When you teleport back to spawn, wait for the Dungeon Guardians, and when they come, dash, mount, and then you'll easily get ahead of them. and then you can just fall, dismount, dash, and remount. It sounds complicated, but just watch on screen, it's not actually that difficult. It sounds pretty tedious, but it's probably more interesting than doing like an AFK farm for a Dungeon Guardian or the Hoik loop. This is me doing it without the Vortex Armor, because Vortex Armor gives extra movement speed, so I took that off and tested it, just in case. And it still outruns the Dungeon Guardians easily. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please, if you haven't subscribed, do that. And yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye. I got a new mic, by the way. You guys can tell me what you think about it in the comments. I think it's pretty nice. Sounds a lot crisper.